Karim. I am the regional application specialist in the Middle East and South Asia, and I'm happy to be with you today. And I have my colleague Ahmed Abdel Wahab. He will take the lead and will present slides about the PTL, how to use. And if you don't mind, please, I will mute all your microphone until we will come to the question part. At that time, I will unmute you because it will disturb our webinar. Mr. Muhammad Sarmad, he said that he didn't not able to hear my voice. I hope the problem solved very soon, but I think this is due to some setting in his PC. No problem. I will also record our session, and later on I will send it to all of you. Okay, everyone. Now I will hand it over the session to my colleague Ahmed Abdel Wahab, who will start the session by PTL and about the technology behind the PTL. Later on, we will have a practical session on how to use.
Good morning. My name is Ahmed Abdel Wahab, and I will take the lead for around 20 minutes, just to give you an introduction about our test automation with Omicron Test Universe and Omicron PTL protection test library. I hope that everyone can see our screen. Anyway, if there is any technical problem, we are recording the webinar and we will share it with you by email. So let us start. Now, we will discuss about the advantage of the automatic test. What does it mean automatic test, and how we can use it, and what the advantage we can get it from the automatic test using our protection test library. The first advantage is, as you see now, that we have so many advantages, like tests are repeatable, results are reproducible, find faults in the substation, everybody understands it, and ensures high quality testing, and it can be standardized. Actually, you can perform any test as manually as you want. You can do the zone reach, for example, if you are testing distance protection manually. You can do the zone timing, you can do it also manually, and you can do whatever function you would like to do it manually. I think now there is just hold on. Sorry for the interruption. Here we're back. So as we discussed, that there's a lot of advantage. You can use it in the automatic testing. The first advantage or some first advantage, like tests are repeatable and the results are reproducible and find faults in the substation. Everybody understands it. It can be standardized, ensures high quality testing. As we said that you can do anything you would like to have it testing like distance protection, transformer protection, differential. Manually you can use the shorts, you can select the point manually, but we are recommending to do it automatically because the first point is tests are repeatable. You can use the automatic test file after 10 years, after 20 years, for the same file, for the same relay, you can test the same fault points. This cannot be guaranteed with manual test point because every time you will generate a new fault point and you will even have a reference result for the relay performance at that time. Results are reproducible. You can reproduce again the results for the same test file, and you can even find faults in the substation. It means that if you have a reference test point, you can test the relay at the same fault point, and then you can check the performance of the relay. The contact is operating well, the trip contact timing is operating well, the relay performance, the relay processing time is still within limit. So you can find the fault inside your substation using the automatic test. Everybody can understand it because it's kind of file. You just play it and you can understand what's going on in the file if you read the manual. Because every file on every automatic test there is a PDF manual. You can read it and understand it how it works, and ensure high quality of testing because you can get the professional or the best quality of the signals, the best quality of the report. Based on that, you can get high quality of the test report, and it can be standardized for a region. Meaning, if you are working in India, North of India, South of India, the people can use the same OCC file for the same relay manufacturer. So I think it can be standardized to anyone. Okay, just hold on. Okay, so let us go to next slide. Advantage of automatic testing, as you see, you have this diagram. The horizontal axis is the degree of automation, and the vertical axis is the complexity. So the first one, our modules in this universe, it's called QXCMC. It's appeared now, and now we have a dedicated test menu and saving. The second is the control center push modules, and OCC dedicated push modules plus REO, and OCC using XRIO and XRIO, and OCC scripting and only scripting CM engine. You see now this diagram, so if you can check, and you will find that once the degree of automation increases, the complexity of automation. So this is the diagram which we are using and define the advantage of the automation. Complexity versus the degree of automation. So low degree of automation, this is the quick safety, this is the manual mode. So you have less degree also of the complexity, and the highest degree of the automation, this is the only scripting and CM engine. This is the highest degree of complexity and also the highest degree of automation. What does it mean, everyone? This is we can get an idea about it. We can get an idea about it when we are doing the practical session. So I think everything is clear now, and let us go to the next slide. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Level 1, this is a control center with modules. This is a level 1 of automation because we are not considering that the quick CMC and dedicated test modules are a kind of a level of the degree automation. So we are starting from the control center with the modules, and we are considering this is a level 1. Then level 2, this is the OCC dedicated test modules. OCC, it's mean Omicron Control Center, by the way. So you have a level 1, this is a control center with modules, OCC plus dedicated modules, and REO, this is a level 2. Level 3, OCC using XRIO and link to XRIO, this is a level 3. Don't panic, you will understand what does it mean OCC, what does it mean XRIO, what does it mean link to XRIO during the practical session. Just we are giving a brief idea. And OCC scripting, this is we are using programming language Visual Basic.net to do some scripting to perform a non-standard test. If you are a professional on this programming language, you can do it. You can test whatever you want. You can use our CMC as only hardware component. Based on this, you can go and do whatever you would like to test. It's open source for you. Now, the advantage of the test automated, here we have in the x-axis we have the degree of automation, and in the y-axis we have the effort for maintenance testing. So if you see now in the quick CMC, before it was the lowest degree of automation and lowest degree of complexity, but now it's take the lowest degree of automation as well, but it takes the highest effort you can have it in this diagram. So quick CMC, yes, it is less degree of automation but highest effort, and then dedicated test module, it is less automation and less effort. Little high automation and less effort. Then control center and OCC and OCC XRIO and the scripting and the CM engine. So it is vice versa. If you increase the automation, you will have higher complexity, but at the same time later on you will have less effort to do the maintenance testing. First level using Omicron Control Center, this is what we call OCC, and the second that you will collect all needed testimonies. It means you would like to test, for example, over current relay, and you would like to have a control center by the Omicron. The first that you have to define the test object. What is the relay you would like to test? For example, 7SD relay or APB relay or Schneider or spam relay. So what you would like to test in this relay? You would like to test the pickup, you would like to test the drop-off, you would like to test the timing, you would like to test the directionality, if it's a direction relay, direction over current or direction earth. So you will create the OCC, then you will collect all needed tests. For the pickup and drop-off, we can think which kind of the test module we needed. The first one is just, I think someone now his mic is open. Let me mute him. So as we said, you will create your OCC file for that relay, and this kind of test you are going to test it like pick up, drop off, timing, and directional characteristics for the system. Based on this, you have to be familiar with the modules, what each module can do. For the pickup, you are using the ramping. For the drop-off, also we use the ramping. The timing, you can use a state sequencer if you would like to test so many cases and so many fault points. And direction, you can use our overcurrent modules, create the directionality for the relay, and you have the trip area and the block area. After that, the test can be put in a specific order. What does it mean? I like to test the pickup and then drop off, then the timing and then the directionality. But one of my things notices that you would like to test the timing first, confirm the contact is the feedback from the relay is fine. So he is deciding to use the timing, then the pickup, then the drop off, and then the directionality. test can be simply reused. It means if you have 100 relay with the same setting, you can use the same OCC file with the same feedback. So you can consider it if you are going to use it in the factory, and you have 100 relay in the 100 button, you can use it as a factory acceptance test. You can connect to the relay as analog output and feedback, and then you can run the test and get the files. And test will be repeatable. This is, you can use it to repeat the test for this amount of the relay. So this is also another advantage for the automatic test. And OCC included in the test universe. The OCC file itself, you can find it in our test universe software package in the front, in the start page. So this is, we can consider it the first level. Second level is here in the first level as well. Sorry, in the first level you have the control center. You can open existing test document, open protection test library, open example views. This is the file which you can find it. If you have your saved OCC file, so you can open an existing test document. If you don't have and you would like to use Omicron PTL prepare test document, then you can use open protection test library. This test library you can download it from our website. This is, you will check later. So let us go to the second level. Next level can be reached by using REO. REO is abbreviation for the relay interface with Omicron. Actually, Omicron invented that to have an interface between all relay manufacturer and our test universe. Before, this is the old-fashioned that the relay is creating the REO, which it means the relay characteristic itself, and this relay characteristic can be imported in our test universe. Then you can find the characteristic drawn based on your test module. If you are testing distance relay, you will find the characteristic drawn in the impedance diagram. If you are testing a transformer differential relay, you will find it in the differential characteristic diagram. So the relay interface by Omicron, this is an interface window between your relay and the Omicron antenna. Testing the characteristic of the relay using dedicated test modules. As we said, that we have a general modules and we have a dedicated module. General module, this is a quick CMC, this is a ramping, this is a state sequencer, this is not dedicated to any protection function. This is, you can use it inside the OCC with all kind of function. But we have a dedicated module. This dedicated module only tests the function. So distance module can use to distance to zone reach, zone timing, and also if you have a Siemens relay, you can do the VI starting element. And differential, this is, you can use it to differential characteristic and also for the relay drift time of the differential. And overcurrent module, this is, can help you to have the directionality element, directionality check, overcurrent, pickup, drop off, and the ratio pickup of over drop off and the timing. These modules can be also integrated inside the OCC file. So, as we can understand now that, we have general modules, this is can be integrated to the OCC file, and dedicated modules can be integrated as well to the OCC file. This is the second level. Then we will go to the second level testing, that we can use it to test the ABB relay, Schweitzer relay, Siemens, Arriva, Toshiba, and more. As you see now on the slide, that we have the characteristic of each relay. And you can see the relay characteristics here for the ABB, Schweitzer, Siemens, Arriva, and Toshiba. Second level, testing of differential as well for the ABB and GE, Schweitzer, Siemens, and Arriva. Here you can see the differential characteristic for the transformer. So this characteristic you can be tested by the dedicated module and the OCC if it is integrated. Second level has no automated adaptation of setting because it's only importing the relay characteristic from the relay using the interface. So we have the first level. This is, you can say, as we said, This is the OCC, and second, that's the OCC with the REO, and we have now the third level. The OCC was linked to XRIO. The word XRIO, it means Extended Relay Interface with Omicron, and this is not only a relay. This is not only a relay characteristic, but it is a relay setting. We are importing the relay setting itself from the relay, and we are using this relay setting, and we are using this relay settings to draw the relay characteristic, to create the characteristic itself, so the relay characteristic can be recalculated from the relay settings. So the difference with the REO, you are importing the relay characteristic as it is, but the XRIO, you are importing the relay settings and use this relay setting to calculate the relay characteristic. And the second point is that tests are built up by using relative test shoots and or linked to XRIO. What does it mean? It means that you have the line, for example, 100 kilometer or 80 kilometer, 100, let us say 100 kilometer. So we are creating the file by using the link to XRIO that the test point is related to the line length. So the line length is 100 kilometer, so you will get the point related to the 100 kilometer, and the line is 50 kilometer, you will get it related to the 50 kilometer. So based on your relay setting, we are adjusting the test shoots by the feature its name linked to XRIO. So as we understand now, we have a REO, we have an XRIO, and we have linked to XRIO. REO, this is the relay interface with Omicron. You are importing only the relay characteristic. XRIO, you are using the relay settings to calculate the relay characteristic. And the link to XRIO, you are using the relay settings values to define the test points and to define the other parameters. If you have, for example, pickup current, this is related to the pickup setting, so you can just take the values from the relay setting and you can define the ramping startup and ramping start and ramping end. Then you can have the test points related to the relay setting. Protection test library of PTL of Omicron. This is, you can use it. You can download it from the website. All protection test library depend on the XRIO technology. You can import the relay setting itself, calculate, and then have the characteristic, and also it's included in the test universe. Third level PTL status, we are supporting of 7 different application area: feeder protection, distance protection, transformer differential protection, motor protection, generator, and line differential protection, and inter protection as well. We are supporting more than 20 different relay manufacturers: ABB, Arriva, Buckwheat, GE, and Reroll, and etc. 383 different relay types are supported, and import of relay settings are possible. This is, we can say, the magic point in our PTL and in our XRIO converter, because we create some kind of window. It's named import setting filter. This is only a filter between the relay software and the test unit. As we know that not all relays can export XRIO file. Some of them, like Siemens and ABB, they can export XRIO file. The other, like SEL, it's exporting in .text format, and some other, like an ASCII code, ASCII export, like Arriva and Schneider, and CSV like GE and Toshiba. So we create the import setting filter. It can just take the data from the exported file and convert it to the required information by the XRIO to calculate the relay setting. This import setting file, it is downloaded automatically with the PTL package from the website, and you can have it, and we will also have a practical session how to use the import setting file. Fourth level, it is also possible to adapt the PTL items to own needs. When we create the PTL, we create it only in standard form. It can be used in North America, and it can be used also in China. So it is a general, it is a global solution, not only for your needs, but if you would like to use it and you have more needs for that, you can adapt the PTL based on your needs. and creation of standard test based in the PTL. You can use our PTL as a first brick, then you can build your test protocol and this procedure using our PTL, have 100% automated solution. As you will see later on with my colleague Muhammad, that it's only exporting the relay setting, importing into PTL, and just press the play button and more. This can be done by yourself. Omicron helps in this way, that we can help you for that. Fourth level, services for PTL, that we can schedule customer training for use. We can, so today is only an introduction to the PTL. We can offer a training for the PTL on your country or in Bahrain as well, and customizing PTL. Not all customers cannot all customers interested in the global solution for the PTL. No, you can generate yourself, or we can generate your customized PTT based on your settings. We will take the settings for you and we will create a complete OCC solution. And you can use this only for the maintenance and also for the commissioning. And the creation of the PTL is almost the customized PTT is supported by our technical team, Bahrain, in the Middle East, or even in Erlang in Germany. And benefits for the customer that PTL is open source, can be adapted from anybody. You can adapt it as much as you want. You can add elements, you can add list modules, you can add function, and PTL solves the problem of testing high sophisticated protection system like 7SD SEL411L. Let us have an example about these problems that the PTL can cover. That for the adaptive line differential characteristic for 7SD, we have the solution for that. That you have to take the local CT error and the remote CT error, and then the characteristic itself is changed based on the values of the CT error. We have the solution of that. For SCL, we can use it to test the reverse result, which is not easy to test because of the directional element. So the PTL itself, it solves the problem which can face you on site during the testing. PTL can be used as a base for standard test report. This is, as we said and mentioned earlier, that you can use it here in North America, and you can use it also in China based on the needs. You can create standard form, and later on you can use it for the same protection function. And it helps to focus on the testing work. Last but not least, PTL is a free of charge. PTL is supported by Omicron, with development team for more than 10 years and still ongoing. PTL is a base for the creation of your own test standard, and it is available on the Test University, and even you can download it from the website. You can just log into our website and you will find the protection test library. Just select the manufacturer and select the application which you would like to have, feeder, motor, transformer, interconnection, and download the application. And then here we go, you can start the automatic solution using the PTL. I will now unmute you for the questions. If you would like to ask a question, I hope. Okay. So if you hear me now, you can just type the question and I will answer it.
You have any question? Okay. Now we're going to start the other session. Hi again, everyone. Again with you, Muhammad Ibrahim. I am the Regional Application Specialist, and I would like to thank Ahmed about his presentation about the PTL. Now we will be on the same topic, but more focused on practical. Okay, before starting the practical, we need to define what we need to do our PTL. First of all, this is the test universe, the latest version 3.2. We have to know how to communicate with our CMC. Now we have something called device link. instead of test set association, we need at least one CMC associated to your PC and the test universe for the software. After that one, we have to get a license or to own a license for control center, which we call it OCC, Omicron Control Center. This is a very important to have the PTL files, and also you can create your own without using our PTL format. The most important law that we have Ohm law, which is O from test object and H from hardware configuration and this M from test module. Three part of the any OCC file we have to focus on. The first step is to for sure configure our test object, our relay, getting the setting from this relay or device under test, because it can be also energy meter, for example, or transducer. We need to get the parameter setting, then we need to configure the hardware, like binary input output, how many current channels needed, how many current voltage channels are needed. This is we have to configure in the hardware configuration, and for sure we need to add this module up to our needs. For example, as Ahmed said, he said that maybe we need to test a pickup drop-off, and after that we need timing. At that time, maybe we need to use multiple test modules like ramping, and after that one we can use state sequencer. OCC, it's Omicron Control Center. Only you need to summarize the benefits that you can get through. Organize the test sequence as you like, automated sequence, and this is a very important because it will reduce the time which is reflected to reduce and save money. Container for a single test. Test results are written in OCC test report. This is another good benefit that you will get only one report for your full test of that delay. This is the shape of the OCC. In the right hand side you will find the OCC test report. In the left hand side you will find the name of OCC, following by the test object, following by the hardware configuration, and later is the test modules. This is an important slide to know that we have a link between the test object and all test modules. We call the main test object as a global test object, which it can be changed and it can be adapted in the test object itself, or through inside the test module we have local test modules. But what about the global hardware configuration? In the hardware configuration, we cannot never to change the configuration of the hardware. Then please keep in mind, global hardware configuration should be contain all the input required, all current and voltage required. In the test module, only we need to activate and deactivate, which is already enabled in the global hardware. Relay interface by Omicron, which is REO. This is sure you know about that. It's a long history technology. We are starting that to reduce your effort to draw the characteristic of distance. Unfortunately, it is limited to very specific function. But now we have an XRIO, extended relay interface by Omicron, which contain all the parameter setting of the numerical relay. If it is a multi-function, for sure we can use only one file, which is XRIO, to enable all the function in our test files. Now we have also a link between the REO and the parameter setting. As you see right now, on the right hand side is a test object. One of the examples, 7SD52 from Siemens relay is a distance relay, and you will find the same setting like Dixie exactly. And after that we have a REO which is linked to those parameters, and automatically it will calculate and it will draw the characteristic which is required to test. I got one question about the BSL. I think you mean Alstom relays and the Schneider relays. Okay. Later on, before ending my session, I will open the discussion and I will be ready to answer your question. If you don't mind, please can you keep your question? Later on, I will answer to you. This is actually XRIO example. Nowadays, you can open the XRIO separate through the test universe, separate separate file, not with the test universe, and for sure you can open it in the test universe. This is what I will show in the practical right now. Okay, something else is linked to XRIO, and this is very important, and it will help us a lot to create our own template. For example, I have an undervoltage and overvoltage relay. Maybe it's not supported by PTL, but I need to test it. For sure, you can test it by the manual method, but it's not easy method, and also it will waste some effort and time from your side. At that time, we need to create one OCC file which is ready to test all kind of overvoltage and undervoltage. How to create that one? We can create it through creating OCC with link to XRIO. The XRIO converter linked to the XRIO, and this is a flow chart of our XRIO and link it to the XRIO. Now, before the question, I will start a practical part. The practical I will start with Dixie. This is a Siemens relay, one example, 7SD52. First of all, I have a big warning during using the PTL. Please, we have one important recommendation. Don't use online retrieving setting. Why? Because maybe somebody changed the setting. At that time, what will happen? You will import the wrong setting into your file, and you will compare the wrong setting to the wrong testing file. Then you will get success answer that is passed, but this is not correct. How to overcome that problem? Only use a project which have the original setting of that relay. Don't use the running setting on the relay because maybe somebody changed. Or you can use the online, but at that time you have to review all the settings before importing. Otherwise, maybe something error will come and it will not notice that because it's like comparing one to one. Because, for example, somebody changed the setting and you're importing the wrong setting to the testing file, then the testing point will be related to that wrong setting. Now I will start with Siemens. First of all, I can export directly from here. And please, you have to select XRIO. Now we have the XRIO format you can export. Let me do one folder. Okay, this will be our target. Relay name 7SD. Now we finish. We have another method. We can open it. I will show now how to open. Okay, for sure we can open it online and offline. I will try now to keep it online. It doesn't matter online or offline, as both are equal, but the main important point is you have to confirm that this is the final setting, not a modified one. Okay, now I have it online. Then I will come to File, Export, Configuration and Protection Parameters. For sure, don't forget to change the format to XRIO and give a name like that one, for example. Now we have it, the same XRIO file. What else? The same, we can use the old technology, which is REO, which is available now with Siemens. How to do it? For example, I need a REO for distance. This is the graph of the characteristic. Easy to export here. I need to export, and for sure you know about false and true. Both in case you have a secondary circuit of the CT 5 amp instead of 1 ampere. If you have a 1 ampere, no problem, make it false. Okay, then I will use the same folder to save. This is how to export from Siemens relays. What about ABB? ABB also very easy. The new modern ABB relay which is supported by PCM 600. It is now an option to export the parameter settings through XRIO format. We will open now the PCM. It is 2.8. I think that it's need to update. Latest version we can download it through the internet. Okay. Here we have one example, RED670. This is my relay. How to export? First of all, I have to open parameter setting. Right click, choose the parameter setting. Required to be online, by the way. Only it is online because I'm communicating with the device. Again, I think somebody open or unmute his microphone. Please, I need to mute. And later on, we will open it during the discussion. Okay. Now we open it. Please make sure that you stand on the front of the header of that relay. Don't stand on the sub menu. Why? Because if you stand on the sub menu at that time you are not able to export the full parameter setting. You will only able to export that portion, and that because of that we have to stand here. Then file, export. And after export, I need to save that file. For example, I will put it in, choose this one. Okay, now this is ABB and scene is already done. I will open Alestom software and also Schneider software. This is Alestom software, Micro Agile. For sure, we need to open the project. Okay. After that one, we need to open the setting like that one and export. If we select the export, we'll find many choices. Only we need to export as XRIO. Here I don't have XRIO because maybe that device is not defined on my data model. No problem, I have another example. If it is defined on your data model, you will find it working without any problem. Like now, I will open one example. Then I can export to XRIO. This is now available. And for sure, I have to select the destination which I need to save my downloads. It's very easy. It is now exporting. Okay, export successful. After that one, I will use the Schneider software. It is similar to Micro Agile, but with another name now, Energy Studio. Okay, I will select a project like that one, for example. How to export the same way. I will select the setting, and after that one, select your setting and export. And for sure, I need to export XRIO. And the same way it will export as well. Okay. Now we'll start SEL through QuickSet software. This is QuickSet accelerator. In SEL, we don't have XRIO, but we have TXT. Okay, I will open the parameter setting, for example, 411L. It takes some time. Now we have it. Now I will go to Tools and then Setting Export. I'm still waiting. Yeah, please mute your voice, please. Mr. Asif, and I will open that during our discussion because it will disturb our webinar. Okay. Okay, now we are ready. Tools, setting, export. But here we have one trick because we have a lot of setting group. I need to select it all. Once I selected all, this will be a separate text file. And because of that, I need to create a one folder. For example, on the desktop, I will create a new folder. This will be SEL setting, for example. And once I rename it, I will select it. Okay. And now it's exported. Now we finish SEL. I will open now GE in our Vista. One of the example D60, for example, or G60, D60, whatever release which is supported by the PTL. This is the offline file for D60. Excuse me, someone is talking. Mr. Harun, I will. Sorry for now. I have to mute your microphone. Later on, we will unmute during the discussion. To export, right click and export, but I'm still waiting for the software to be ready. Up to get it ready, I need to show you how to get and download the PTL files. I will open the Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, any Internet Explorer, and any Internet browser. You have to go to omicronenergy.com Then this also you can get it from the Test Universe link. For sure, you have to create your own register by your username and password. And this is free of charge for all Omicron users. Okay, how to get it? For sure, you can go through customer portal, and it will link you directly to the customer portal. Here you have to put your email or your username and password. For sure, if you don't have, you can make sign up now. Only you require a serial number for any device that you already own or your company own. From here, you have to select any device from Omicron and give the serial number and waiting for the activation of your account. Okay, now I will show you. This is a customer portal. You will find here software protection testing library, which is PTL knowledge library. Many benefit you will get through customer portal. For sure, I will open now protection testing library, which is that one. Here we have an icon. This icon would guide us to the complete library, which now contains of 383 different relay from different relay manufacturers. You can also make filter for it, or you can also make search for a specific one. Once you select it, you can download and install it later on your Test Universe. Once you install it, you can use this PTL free of charge. Nowadays, we have a very good option, but it's a little bit big. You can download a complete package, 2 GB, for all the customer who already own old version. But for the new customer, this is free of charge. We will submit our device with a free of charge DVD contain the latest version of the PTL. But at any time, you can download separate single files, or you can download a complete. Which one you can use it without any problem. I will come back now to the GE. This is a D60. Once it is ready, you can use it offline and online. And again, I have to give you a warning. Please try to use the correct setting, not to use the running setting, because maybe by mistake somebody change and play with the setting. At that time, you will test a wrong setting, which will give you a wrong result. Maybe it will be a pass, but it's not correct. Here, I will select export, and at that time, we have all setting group. If it is only setting group 1 which is active, for sure I will select setting group 1. Otherwise, you can export all, but I prefer to use the running setting group. After that one, I will make OK. For sure, the format will be CSV. Let's make save, and it is exported right now. We almost finished most of the main manufacturer who manufacture our relays, and I will open now one example. Here the Test Universe. I will open protection testing library, the PTL from here. But before that, we have to make sure that we are communicating with the CMC for sure. Then I will open the test set association, which is called device link now. This is a device link. I will find my device is already in green color, gold. Online it means it's associated. If it is not associated like that one, we have to associate. You know how to associate. You can do the association through the press on the black button, and also right now I can associate without a confirmation. Now I check that my device is linked to my PC. I will open the protection testing library. Once I open, you will find the complete directory for all relay manufacturers which we supported. Well, I will start with Siemens relay right now. I have a 7SD52 relay, this one. Make sure that the firmware is compatible, otherwise maybe you will face some difficulty. But later on, once I will finish, I will tell you how to overcome that difficulties as well. Okay, I will open the file of the PTL. By default, I will find a ready-made testing template. It's already made. It's programmed, fully programmed. I need to adapt it. How to know about that? It is already mentioned in our PTL help. How to get that? You will find it in the directory of the PTL, and also once you install the PTL, you will find one folder. One shortcut will be created on your desktop. Now I'm searching. Oh, if we don't find, we can get it from the directory of the web. Okay. Now I go to my PC, and from my PC I need to go to C, and then program data, Omicron, and after Omicron I need to go to PTL folder. In the PTL folder I will find all relay manufacturer. Then I will select the selected one, which is Siemens in our case, and the selected relay, which is 7SD. I will find one PDF file. I have to read it before starting to use the PTL. Why? Because it will guide me what is required, what is not required, what is the modification need from your side to make, how to connect also the hardware. Yes, in case if you need to use the PTL as it is, you have to wire all your output of analog output or binary input to your relay as their diagram. But can you change? For sure you can change, you are free to change, but at the time you need some modification, which we do it right now. Okay, first step from Ohm law, test object. We have to open the test object, which is represented by 7SD52. 522 and 523 is the same thing. Once it open, I need to import relay setting file. At that time, please import relay setting, not import. It's a completely different between import and import relay setting. Why? Because we have here scripting, which is available right now with the PTL. Once you import the PTL, the XRIO directly, you will lose that script, which it will broke the link between the REU and the test module. Because of that, please make sure that if you need to use the PTL, first of all, you have to open the PTL, then file import relay setting. Don't use import. Import later on we will have an example to use an import. Not import relay setting. As you see right now, we have many test format of many extension, which is different from one relay to another relay. For example, if I have a GE CSV already we exported, if I have an SEL, we have a DXT which we already exported, and for sure the most important now XRIO, which is compatible with Siemens, Alesto, Schneider, and ABB. We already saw that before. Okay, now I will select the suitable format, which is XRIO. After that one, I need to select my testing file. For example, Siemens 7SD, which I exported before. See here, the count start to rise. This is the parameter relay parameter imported to 125, and make sure that you have 0 error. This is very important. Also, something else here, you will find a green tick. If it is not green tick, it means you have some warning, maybe some error. But don't worry, once you have an error, you can trace it easily. You can click on that error, double click, and it will guide you directly where the error is. You can notify it manually. This sometimes happens. Sometimes you need to do some other modification, which I will talk about it before the end of that webinar. This is because the firmware is compatible with my PTL version, but if it is not compatible, what will happen? Maybe you will lose some of the parameters. Maybe you will able to import any parameter from the exported file from the relay. To overcome that one, the same solution, which we will discuss about that one once we finish importing. Now we finished of the test object. Our test object now completely configured. Parameter setting were imported. Now the second one is hardware configuration. To open the hardware configuration, double click, and for sure you have to confirm that it is communicated to your PC and the configuration is already valid. Here, as you see right now, we have a trip A, trip B, trip C have to be available as per our hardware connection here, and we have a start. Can we change? For sure you can change without any issue based on your actual final configuration. But if you need to use the PTL as it is, please you have to connect as the example in our PTL. Okay, and this is a connection from Siemens to guide you what is required to be connected, what not. And we have something very good here, which is Q2 setting. You will find some is ticked, some is not ticked. This is related to and based on relay setting configuration. For example, in my relay setting, line differential was disabled, and as you see right now, all the this module which is related to line differential is disabled already. Okay, if you remember, we said that you can change the parameter setting from the test object itself, or as a global test object, or through a local test object inside the test object. We will do something like that. Now I need to enable the line differential, and we will see what will happen. It is off. I will make it on right now. Okay. Once I click it on, you will find that all related test modules are already activated because it changed. What else? I will open one test module for example, which is not active. I can change the relay setting or the test object setting inside the local test object, the same as global test object. If you remember that slide which I talked about that here, that slide which I mean, test object, this is a global one. Inside the test module you have a local one. You can change whatever in the global or in the local, but hardware something else we cannot change. Okay, now I open the test object inside the test module. You can also change. For example, I will disable the line differential again, and maybe I will try to enable the overcurrent. That element, for example, inactive, I will make it forward as a direction, or make it non-direction, for example, and the other element, whose stages will be available. Once I exit that one, what I will find that line differential will be disabled, overcurrent should be enabled. Okay, up to that, we need to also open another example for ABB. As you see right now, we find that line differential is disabled. I will open another example now, new from a template, and don't forget to select the PTL, ABB. My relay now 7SD, RED670 firmware version is very important also. The same steps. First of all, I need to start test object. file, select the format which is related to that relay manufacturer, open. Now ABB RED670, please make sure that everything going okay. Now we imported already 467 parameters. It's a huge amount of data, but the good news is that we don't have any error, and also a green text are here. Don't forget something else also, but this is, you will find that in the PDF of the which is attached with the PTL, that there is some additional information, additional data you have to modify related to your relay configuration. For example, as you know, in ABB we have sorry, there is someone joined, but I need to mute his microphone. Okay, and as I told before, during discussion, we will unmute to hear your voice. Okay, here we have additional information. Some of those which is very important. We need to identify the current input, which TRM card is available, and what is the version of that. This will not come with the automatically with the XRIO. You have to use it. You modify it manually. Okay, we finish. The same we have to do for the hardware. As you see right now, this is the connection which is required to this that relay, and also we have some instruction. We have all the test module are ready, and for example, let me show you from the distance how it came. I will open one distance strip time test module, which is advanced distance. Sometimes we use advanced distance. You will see here what happened. We have a complete graph here. The setting was polygon, quadrature, and the testing point are automatically defined. Can we add more? For sure, we can add more as you like, as normal, and also we can remove from the program one as you like related to your. We finished Siemens, ABB. Now we'll come to a list of files. We'll start with Schneider as an example. Schneider, I have one Schneider relay transformer differential 633. Okay, and I will also import the XRIO. Terminal, we'll come back. Some time. It is open. Now I will show you the solution to overcome the difference of firmware version between the PTL and the new relay firmware version. How to overcome that one? No problem. We have a tool which is called Excel add-on. I will open Excel now. Microsoft Excel. We have a tool which is called add-on. After you install it, you will find a tab of add-on. Here, Omicron will be available. You need to load the XRIO file from the PTL, and later you need to also load from relay export. For example, I will open from the PTL, and this is mostly are used with a list of relays. I will open PTL from the directory of Omicron. PTL. And now a list from, for example, Python P546. So it will take some time. Okay, now it's still important because of a huge amount of data. Once it finish, I have to open another sheet. And on that sheet, I need to the exported relay setting in XRIO format. I have some example on this code. That one, for example, 546. Even if the hardware different, but sure should be the same family. 40 series or 30 series, same family and same function. This is the relay exporting setting. Once it finish, I have to copy that complete sheet in our previous Excel sheet for the Omicron XRIO, our template, and make the link between both of them. It takes some time because a huge amount of data inside XRIO. Okay. Once it finishes, only click, copy, and select the other one. Take some time until it's finished. And you can come here to come to the empty sheet and paste it. That one. Okay. Now we have two sheets. One XRIO, which is coming from Omicron. The second sheet coming from the relay. Now what we have to do? For example, I will change some parameter. Frequency is 60, for example. And what I have to do now, this is the Omicron parameter or XRIO. I need to copy that. Once I press equal, select the cell which is related to frequency, enter. What will happen now? It is changing. Once we finish all, now I will. We have to link that very important parameter which is related to distance, line differential. But some other parameter which is not important because for example, some is not important to your XRIO. Don't care, but it will be better to do it. And save this file. Later on, you can use the same firmware version or the same file for all relays which have the same version, firmware version. Okay, once we finish, Omicron, export, XRIO, and this is the new XRIO. For example, I will put it here as name of export. Once we finish, here, and I will open a new one. Now I will open a new one for LS1. Okay, LS2. 546, which is applicable to 546 and 543. Sorry, my PC has become very slow. I think because I open many applications at the same time. Oh, now here, first of all, double click on the list object. Now I will use import relay setting, not from the relay directory. I will use the export parameter from the Excel sheet. For example, we have here that one. We will find that one parameter which is a change. If you remember, we change only the frequency here. Then it is an effective tool to overcome the problem in case different firmware or in case of you use an XRIO which is not compatible to Omicron XRIO. For example, let me show you what will happen if it is not compatible. File, import, relay setting, XRIO. I have, I think, one different firmware version. Let me show. Okay. For example, that one. Okay, this is already working. Let's start with another exported file. Let's try to export one file which is not compatible. Here relay Micron P546, same like the 10 PTL which we opened. I will export and we will see what will happen if the firmware version is different. Okay, now I will open that file. Still valid. Okay, let's try another version. But I think you already tried that and you faced some difficulties, which is some firmware version was not compatible with our version, because in the PTL you will find in that file that the firmware is different and it's not compatible. It's, I think someone is talking and we need to mute his. Yeah, okay, now I will open another project which maybe is not compatible. New one. Okay, one of the example, another example on my list also as well. File. Template, and I will use the list and transformer differential at that time with different firmware version, and we will see. Okay, I export. Now I will export one setting. I will open that test object, micro P64. I will import relay setting using the XRIO scheme, and I will select the exported one, which was excuse me, someone open his microphone. Again, Mr. Samad, please make sure that your microphone is muted. Okay. Now I will start with that file. As you see right now, it's not compatible, and we face an error message. But if you use the add-in tool, you will not never ever see that message again, and your XRIO will be compatible. But at that time, it will take some effort and some time from your side. I highly recommend it to use add-in option, but in case you have many relays with a dedicated firmware version which is not compatible to our firmware version. For sure, we upgraded monthly. Always you will find in our PTL that we released a new PTL for new relays and also upgraded the existing relays. If you see right now, I will open my account, and you will find that some is new, which is just released on March, for example, and some on January. As you see right now, you have to keep in mind to check our website frequently to check the upgradation of the PTL file. Okay. Now we check one example of a Lestom, one example of Schneider, one example of ABB. The same will be for GE. Let me show you how GE will do, because only the main difference is relay setting format, which is become CSV instead of XRIO. Now I will select GE. I have an E60 file. Here I will follow the same steps, but I will change the import relay filter format. Instead of using XRIO, I will use CSV. File, import relay setting. I will select CSV instead of XRIO. And I have the setting already exported here in E60. Okay. I found that the setting is imported very smoothly without any problem. Now I will select another kind of format, TXT for SEL. Find new PTL, SEL411L. You will follow the same steps, except we have to select the proper compatible format for that setting. In case of SEL, we need to use TXT. In case of GE, we need to use CSV. ABB, Siemens, Lestom, Schneider, all are supported XRIO. Here I will open the test object, then file import. At that time, I need to select TXT, which is mentioned here for SEL. I will open. If you remember, we have many files, not only one file. At that time, we need to press Ctrl plus A, select all, then open. Now you start to import. 35 parameters were imported, but the main point is zero error and the green PTL. Now I will start with you one example to create one manually. File, new document. Once I create one manually, I can adapt everything. First of all, this is a test object. I have to choose. I need to import XRIO or XRIO. I will start to import XRIO. This is a XRIO file which is exported from Siemens. Now we have a distance as you see right now. Maybe something else. We need to add another function like overcurrent. I will select an overcurrent XRIO and double click. Because I'm not importing, I have to adjust. Select the element, it is definite time. I have to stage 1.8 with a time of 0.5 seconds. And also, this is a graph. And also the second stage, I need to add 6 ampere with 100 milliseconds as a trip time. Then it's a final thing. Once we finish, I need to configure my hardware configuration. I have CMC 353, which is suitable to this relay. Make sure that we need 3 voltage, 3 current. Check the output is already ticked. For the contact, I need only 2 contacts. Trip contact and start contact. Okay. If in case if you don't need the other, you can delete it and make sure that you have a dry contact or wet contact. If it is wet contact, you have untick. If it is dry, you have to tick. For sure, if it is wet contact with different voltage range, you have to change the nominal and threshold as very good application. Okay, we finished that one. Now we will insert a test module. First of all, we need to check the wiring check. It is very important before starting the test. How to do the wiring check? You need to inject 3 different voltages, 3 different current by quick CNC, and getting the read, the measurement from the relay by manual method. And after that, you have to do it manually because no link between the this universe and the relay. After that one, I need to test the distance. Once I insert a distance test module, I will find that is already ready to put our testing points. Open right now. Now we need to add a point. We have short, check, and search. Short, it means trip time. Check, it's a maintenance test to check the line is exist or not exist. How? If we go the RAM, it will select 2 points, one before, one after. If the before, for example, this is zone 1 trip, this is zone 2 trip, it means the line is exist, and this is for a maintenance. This is a search to check the reach of that zone for each zone, and this is preferred to be used in commissioning. Okay. For example, I will give some points. You can make add or add to. If this, for example, this is for all filter ground, you can select it for it. This is one of the examples. Now I need to test the overcurrent. At that time, maybe both of them have a general trip contact. At that time, we need to have announce that please reconfigure or block the distance before starting the overcurrent. Because of that, we have a very important test module which is called boost module. What is the use of boost module? Boost module will give you the instruction which you already write it down here to follow. Please check the distance is low. Why? Because I will test the overcurrent. Maybe also you can use an image. Let's try to select, for example, that one as image. Once it will run, I will show you how here. It will pop a message. You have to follow the instruction. Once it's okay, we have to click continue. Otherwise, it will stop. For show is an image. You can use a very suitable image to how to block maybe the software image or maybe binary input. This to guide you. After that one, I need to insert the overcurrent in this module. The overcurrent is module. to add testing points. For sure, we have a pickup and drop off. We can add very easy, and make sure that the start contact is already connected. About the testing point, you can add multiple points starting from 2 ampere, for example, to 10 ampere, and step 1 ampere, or oops, for example. Now, how to run is very easy. Once you come to home, double click, and you automatically run. Press all to check the measurement. You have to give different stream voltage, different stream current, inject to the clay, get the measurement from the clay. Once it is accepted, you need to add to a board and give any command you need, and pass, exit. Automatically it will open the other test module automatically, and it will test all the points. Right now, okay, starting now. This is this module. Okay, testing points. Once it finished, we close automatically and open the following test module, which is a pause module, to tell us some instruction. We have to check if it is okay. I have to continue. If not ready now, and then later on I need to continue. I will stop this now. Okay. Some of you may be interested to make a link between the PTL to open an external software. Can we do it? Yes, we can do it by using execute command. This is the execute test module. This execute, we can very easily select the file of software which we need to open. For example, maybe I will need to open the software, for example, which is Schneider. And what will happen right now? Okay, if I start it again, continue. It is automatically open. Then it will let you to change the setting by opening the software of the software. Okay, I think most of the topic already covered, and now it's time to your questions. I will open your question, but before that, I remember something is very important. I will create a new from scratch by using XRIO instead of RIO, and it is similar, but there is some tips and tricks we have to follow. This object file import, at that time it's import, I will need to use a PTL. Okay, it's a Siemens 7SD PTL or XRIO. This is the first step. Second step will be import the relay setting. Second step, file, import the relay setting, XRIO. Okay, now it's okay. Second one for sure, this hardware configuration, I need to configure. And I can also insert with this module as I need to create my them. For example, I'm making very simple, only testing 2.01 point distance. Here, the same as you see right now, I will add something else as an example, very fast example, and everything I start right now. Start to this. And here we have the report. For the report, we can change the setting. We have a long report, we have a short report, and also we can adapt as per our customized report. This is now I select the long report to find all data in the report setting. Let me show you what is the difference between both of them. Here is the long report. All the data will be available, even the relay setting will also be available in the report. Here setting, we can take a define. In the define, we can create our own template by selecting and deselecting what is important for me, what is not important. We can save it and use that template later on in our history. I think we finished now our webinar, and this is now a time for your question. Please start to write down your question. Okay. If you have any question, please write it down in your chat. Okay, Mr. Haroon, do you have any question? You asked me. I'm fine, thank you very much, Mr. Haroon. I think Mr. Haroon from Pakistan. Welcome, Mr. Haroon. Anybody else? If you have any question, please. Okay, Mr. Muhammad Sarmat, I think you have one question. Just 1 minute. I will unmute your microphone. Yeah. Yes, please, Mr. Muhammad. Mr. Muhammad Sarmat. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Fine, alhamdulillah. Yes, you
basically, I would like to know that how to add tab-in feature in Excel.
Okay, this feature we have one software. You can install it, and automatically it will be added in your Excel, Microsoft Excel software. If you need it, I will attach with my email to you.
Yes, definitely I will need it. And can I get it from the Omicron library?
Unfortunately, I'm not sure about that. But let me check, because also I got it from an old version of this universe. Let me check, but for sure I can share it with all of you. Anybody need it? I can send it by email. It's not a big amount of data. It's very around, I think, in kilobytes. It's not so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Mr. Salman. And Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak. Same to you.
Any other question, please? I think I received some question. Okay, all of you, yes, all of you. I will send add-on to all of you with your emails to be used. Do you have any other question? I think I got some question, but unfortunately, just 1 minute. Let me show the chat. Okay, all of you, yes, no, Mr. Anil, also I will send, don't worry about the add-on, I will send it to you with one application tool, but I think there is some questions. Okay, for the webinar, I will record a video for all of you, and you will open, but only you need to download one tool from WebEx. It's a free tool to view that webinar. Don't worry about that. Another question, if you remember, somebody asked me about BSL, and I said I will later answer his question. But if he is still available, can you please write your request? Okay, Mr. Raja from Siemens, I will send to you. Please, yeah, now we please take a webinar for how to get this the RED670 and for sure, don't worry. Already my colleague Mu'id, he did 1 month back a webinar of RED670, but don't worry, from my side also, I will organize one for all of you, don't worry. It's a very, very good topic and hot topic nowadays. All utilities use RED670. Any other question? If you don't have any question, at any time, I will send my email now. If you have any question at any time, you can contact me, and for sure, you can. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for all of you. I will write down my email for all of you. You can ask me, or also I will guide you how to ask Omicron. This is my email for all of you. Be free at any time. You can contact me, and also if you need to ask Omicron, I would like to guide you through here getting support. You can create your request. It's very easy. Or I like all of you also to use the forum. This is a very good forum. Actually, I get a lot of benefit. Even myself, who is working in the company, I get a lot of knowledge through that forum. That one, user forum. And in user forum here, you have to use your topic, select your topic. For example, secondary for protection, I will select. You can create your own news feed, write down what you need, or you can check the other feed, which, for example, I will select this one. For example, about topic, somebody asked today morning, 4 a.m. The answer will be sure come very soon. For example, I will select another points. As you see right now, somebody asked about the question. Omicron expert will answer him. If you still have a doubt, no problem. Come back and give you the answer. And this is actually a very beneficial for both of us, for the company, and for you, because we will share our knowledge together. Thank you very much. And see you next time. I think I got a question from Mr. Haroon. I think just 1 minute, Mr. Haroon. PTL file is very needed of calculation or change the key factor. No, nothing. If you import the exported files from the relay, it doesn't need anything, because all linked automatically. But in case you need to draw it manually, at that time you need to modify it manually and to enter it manually. Another question: have you my email address? I'm quite sure that all of you who are registered in our webinar, we have their own email, and I will send one email for all of you. Mr. Masoud Karimi, thank you very much, Mr. Masoud. I think from Iran. Thank you very much. I got also your email about some of feature wishes, and thank you very much for your effort. And we will be available to achieve your wishes. Thank you very much for all of you. Allah Hafiz, and Salam Alaikum.